Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah.
Typically, we would start right here talking about we should pick a name for the show, but we have one. Welcome to
we have one?
Yes, we do. Welcome to the Not So New Show, because we don't just talk about news, for example. Tonight, we're not going to talk about news at all. Well, maybe. We're going to talk about this little bit of news. Did you hear they found vampire bones in Poland?
Oh, vampire bones.
Yes, vampire bones.
Wait a minute, bat bones or like people?
Vampire bones.
Okay, how did they determine they were vampire?
Because they had zip pointy. I don't know. Yeah, author, archaeologist. Accused vampire was symbolic lens. Blah blah blah. How did they determine it was a vampire?
So do you mean there were any fangs or anything? A proof, a letter, or just
yeah, he left the letter.
or just a cape?
He had a thing that said, "I am a vampire."
I was a vampire.
I was a vampire.
I used to be a vampire, but
but I didn't get blood for too long, and yeah. Oh, so good. Didn't really say how they determined it was a vampire, other than that they just said it was.
Oh, fine. I believe that sounds really legit.
Yes, it totally does.
Oh, I hear a new voice here.
Let's see. You don't hear a new voice. You've just not ran into this voice yet. This will be Sherry.
Hi.
Hello, Sherry.
Hello.
Who are you?
Can
you introduce yourself?
I'm a tag-along.
She's a tag-along.
Yep.
She's just some chick I found at a bar one night.
Whatever.
Okay, then.
She's a tag-along. That's what you do. You know, you pick up chicks at a bar. She's just some random chick I met at a bar tonight. Got her drunk on tea, apparently.
On tea?
Tea. Raspberry tea.
Yeah.
I know.
So basically, they got really detailed into this story because apparently they say that this land was known for vampires and that they found this and it would be in an area where vampires would have been, and that makes it a vampire.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It is a vampire just because they might be vampires around here, so there is it.
Yes, so they've determined it's a vampire.
Wow.
I'm convinced it is.
Well, people nowadays believe whatever they told them to believe.
Well, it was found with its head removed. How about that?
Oh.
Oh.
That's
awful.
Vampires.
What? No.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Vampires were burned. They were. You get their heads.
How many vampires have you killed?
And besides that, they shoot them with silver bullets or whatever. They don't chop off their heads.
How many vampires have you killed? That's werewolves, by the way. But how many werewolves? You ain't killed werewolves either.
They have killed.
Yeah, how many vampires have you killed, Snipo? I know they're
in
Mexico sometimes. I've seen the movie.
Maybe like 30 vampires, or 30 vampires, or maybe just 13 people.
13?
Yeah.
13 vampires you've killed.
Yeah, or just normal people. I don't know. You can never be so sure of
you
people.
will have authorities after you say normal people. So 13 vampires?
Maybe. They look like vampires. So
they look like vampires. Okay.
Yeah.
Explain what a vampire looks like.
Mustache and
so people
eyebrows.
Eyebrows.
And noses.
The noses. Wow, this is
yeah.
like, dude, I know a lot of vampires.
They are real. I don't know why people deny.
Oh, well, Can they walk around? When did you see these people? Were they in the daylight?
Yeah, also.
I thought vampires couldn't go in daylight.
Well, they are modern vampires,
Modern vampires.
Yeah.
Is these like the vampires on that one movie where they just figured out how to put on sunscreen?
You mean Twilight?
No. Twilight. Twilight
vampires?
is not vampires. Those are just things that twinkle. If you had to say anything, you'd say those are gay vampires.
Oh, geez. Here we go.
No offense to the gay people.
No, it's not a. Why not offense to gay people? Wait a minute. Hang on.
Okay, here we go again.
I'm just curious. Is why would gay people be offended?
Because if you start to say bad things to that people,
That
you're
people?
going to get hate.
It's not a race of people, dude. It's not like you with your kangaroos.
Everything is a race.
No. Gay is not a race. Gay is a preference.
Let's move on. I heard that we have some requests for...
No. Gay is... Okay, seriously, I want to know. You think gay is a race of people?
No.
No? Like, you'd have like Hungarian,
It is a
Australian,
minority.
Asian, Gayan.
I want to be a gay Asian.
A gay Asian?
Yeah.
Gay Asian.
Gaysian, not gay Asian.
Gaysian. No, that's a whole different thing from Asia again. The geisha.
Geisha. Oh.
Not a geishan. I guess that'd be a guy geisha, maybe.
Oh, jeez.
Geishan. No, just no. All right. So anyway, yeah, the Twilight thing. Those are not real vampires. They just twinkle. They're like, I don't know what it'd be. A bedazzled vampire.
Okay, well, they're hot gay people, let me tell you.
They're not people.
Okay, they're hot
vampires
vampires.
or gay?
Hot vampires.
They didn't have soul. Okay, first off, getting back to the original story, vampires are not real. They don't exist. Just whatever. But if I
want to be vampire people out there.
I know there's freaking people that want to be lizards too. I mean, there's all kinds of stupid people.
I want to be a spider.
You want to be a spider? See, good
Spider-Man.
example. Good example of stupid people in the world right here.
Oh, that
Want
was
to be a spider.
Oh, that was
He's like this all the night.
Hey, Horace, you realize spiders lay eggs, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Even better.
And they eat bugs.
Nice.
I understand in Mexico they may do that, but that doesn't mean you're a spider, dude.
But I want to be a spider.
Well, get to eating bugs then.
I'm actually eating bugs right now. Or just
Right.
chocolates. I don't know the difference anyway.
Or just chocolates, you're not sure?
Yeah.
Chocolate-covered ants. Jumping beans, maybe? No?
No, move on.
Well, okay. You can't have bugs. I mean, just because we let Jonathan have Cracker Jacks does not mean you get to have bugs. They're a little
what
crunchy.
the hell? I'm going to be a spider.
Well, I mean, you're just gonna have to work at it on your own time.
Okay.
But on Showtime, it's not Snipo and the other spider.
Okay. Spider pals.
Yeah, no, it is Spider Pals.
It's Snipo and the other spider pal.
The other Spider Pals. I see. So we're gonna just have it go that way now. Oh, great. Yeah, the other Spider Pals. I want to suck your blood. Do that, Snipe. I want to hear you talk like a vampire. They don't say partner at all.
I'm a vampire, partner.
No, see, you just they don't say partner. Every time he tries to do an American Indian,
Okay.
he goes partner.
Let me try again.
Okay.
And the accent makes partner, yeah.
Be Slavic.
I'm the king of the night. I shall suck your blood.
I shall blood, he says.
I shall blood. Well, maybe I'm a vampire. I do things with blood. I can bleed too.
What else do you do with blood besides eat it, huh?
Well, some
Yeah,
little muffins and, just to make some variety.
Okay. Do you like mix, like, what, jalapenos in it every now and then or something?
Well, time to time, it doesn't hurt anyone.
See, Mexicans put jalapenos in everything, I'm telling you.
Mexican vampires.
Yeah, Mexicans put jalapenos in everything, including the blood they eat when they're vampires.
You can be racist with Mexican vampires?
No, it's not
Or
racist.
eating jalapenos?
But, okay.
Do you have problems with jalapenos?
No, it's
You walked into that one.
it's not just Hispanic people as a whole just kind of seem to gravitate towards jalapenos. I'm trying to think and I'm sure there's some out there. I don't know. There's got to be some. I want to meet that person because I want to know how they live with their own family. Because how can you be Hispanic and not eat jalapenos? Because every Hispanic I've ever known in terms of like eating food or whatever, it's always like laced with jalapenos. So, do you agree there, Boris, or no?
About what?
About jalapenos?
People eating jalapenos?
No, Hispanic people eating jalapenos.
Oh, even more than jalapenos.
See?
Tomatoes. Tomatoes
Aren't a problem. I eat tomatoes.
But I just realized that every dish has had tomato in it.
Not every dish has a tomato in it.
A lot of dishes have tomato in
A
it.
lot do, but not everyone. Good example.
Like pasta, like
Yeah,
meatballs.
no,
like,
pasta doesn't have tomatoes in it sometimes. Salad would.
no,
Not
definitely.
like.
Anyway, you should.
Yeah, I guess your sauce would, but not your.
Yeah.
What about like fettuccine Alfredo? Huh?
You just put some tomatoes in it, and then you have tomatoes.
Tomatoes in fettuccine Alfredo. What about Chinese food?
Oh, you don't know what is in the Chinese food anyway.
So you just figure there's tomatoes there.
Yeah, it can be everything.
Yeah, that's the way it works. You just figure you don't know where it comes from, kitty. Anyway, okay, so we'll get to this subject of that we got requested. Somebody wanted to know if we could discuss the topic of dating in a relationship, to which case we're going to convert the topic a little, but it's going to be basically, he wanted to know about dating older than you, and we'll just say it as dating a different age than you. So, have you ever done that, Boris? You ever dated older, younger?
Well, the most younger girls that I dated was like 3 years younger than me, and that's all.
Mm-hmm. But you don't like to talk about it because you were 19 at the time?
Actually, I was 19.
Hey, see, and you were dating a 16-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah? You know what happens here about that, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah?
it was just a regular first love, and it was like holding hands and
Oh. It's getting pretty deep.
and just that.
Just that.
And she's no fat. She's fat now.
She's fat now.
Yeah.
Is that why y'all broke up?
No.
That's why y'all broke up?
I broke with her because she was more interested in her friends than me.
Really?
And I was like,
You didn't
trying
like
to
being the
save all my
trophy?
money. Huh?
So let me get this straight. You were the trophy guy?
Not really.
No? Sounds like you were the trophy guy. I mean, she's just using you to like look good to her friends.
Not really. It was kind of weird. I just get mad because I wasn't her first priority.
I see. So you were more into her than she was you.
Yes.
But you think you broke up with her?
Well, maybe she let me die from inside, and then my body reacts and say, "Hey, you go to hell."
Is this how you got to become a vampire?
Yes.
Yes?
Mustache.
I knew you were a vampire.
Chan chan chan. Yeah, I do say that.
I told you. We were discussing the other night after one of the shows where he goes, chun chun chun, and I'm like, that's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be dun dun dun, and he's like, oh, is it? Yeah, he's all like chun chun chun, and he just did it. See, just now. I think it's funny though because I was doing chun 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 the rest of the night, so it was great. But, no.
So we actually have a request from Facebook page.
Yes, we actually had a request on our Facebook page. Feel free to post any other ones. Like I said, we would do our, we would conversate about it, which we started to.
So I want to know, is that legit or
Yeah.
you are just?
No, we had
We have five likes in the page.
Yes, we have 5 likes. It's growing.
Wow.
We have 30 listeners.
Oh my God.
5 likes. The Facebook page is new though, so don't get too carried away with it and think that represents something right yet.
So,
But anyway,
let's say thank you to that guy or gal
okay.
for the question.
So thank you. Okay, so they wanted to know basically though about dating an older than them type person. To which case, did I mention we had Sherry on the show?
Yes.
Sherry has extensive knowledge in this subject. Extensive.
So you are like 20 years younger than Chris?
Oh, no.
Yes,
No.
20.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, anything that's 10 years difference, either 10 years older, 10 years younger, I personally don't think it's an issue. If you start getting into like 15, 20 years, yeah, you could have some problems. 30, absolutely have problems. But
Because, you're talking about, hey, I remember when we used to have to sit around and listen to the radio on the Howdy Doody show, and she's like, what? Like, that's kind of crazy. Is that the day? Oh,
well,
right there, yeah.
I mean, I don't think age is really a big issue. I think age becomes an issue for a person when they're having problems in their relationship and they're looking for an excuse or reason why it's not working, and maybe they brought up the age thing, at some point, but now they're just wanting to use that as an excuse that
like,
it's not working.
well, I don't like him anymore.
Yeah.
He's too old for me.
He's too old. So because at one point it, wasn't a problem, so and all of a sudden they're having problems.
Now it couldn't be like they were just, like, oh, hey, this person's kind of hot and I'm kind of into them, and then like one day you realize that they're getting older and like they're going to have erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
That could
please
play in
keep
it all.
your problems in your house.
That's not my problem. I'm just giving examples
here, please.
I'm playing along with the show here, So like, I'm just kind of curious because like if you're a girl and you're all like, he's older, but I can deal with it. That's fine. And then like one night he has trouble getting it up. That's got to really play on you, doesn't it?
It will happen.
It'll happen? I know, that's what I'm saying, it'll happen.
Our old man, and sooner or later it's going to happen.
Well, maybe you. Me? I'm not planning on it, but,
Well, it's not like if you don't want to or how manly you are. It's just a body function that starts to misfunction.
No, it doesn't start to misfunction unless you're doing other things to your body which is wrong, like inhibiting blood flow. That's what makes it work.
How the hell do you do that?
You eat fatty crab.
Oh, well, yeah, that sounds fair.
Yeah, and then the more...
Smoking.
Yeah.
Smoking will.
Yeah, smoking will, yeah.
No smoking.
Steroids. That'll
Steroids,
make shrink.
yeah.
Raisinets. Yeah. Just, what?
Well, back to the topic.
What is the topic?
What about younger people?
Younger than you? Now, here's the way I view this, okay? Because, so I've dated older and younger. And then...
Great.
What? I have. I was dating a chick for a little while that was about 10 years younger than me. And notice I said a little while. Because...
Okay, and how old are you?
What does that matter?
From when I met you, you told me that you were like 40 or...
No, I never told you an age.
Yeah, and then you told me like you are in the 30s.
Right.
30s.
I'm 37 right now.
37. Yeah, you're pretty young.
Yeah, but I'm a grandpa. I'm about to be a grandpa again. But
again?
Yes, again. So I'm already a grandpa, yes. So I'm a young grandpa. I agree, but that's got to do with the marrying older than you thing. So anyway, but the deal is I dated for a little while a chick that was 10 years younger than me, right at 10 years younger than me, and it was I was kind of blind and stupid in the relationship because like, okay, let's get serious. She was like this girl that I knew for a while that was kind of like my quote, if I could have built a woman. She had the little looks and all that of what I probably would have really wanted, really close to it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm all like, oh, and she was interested in me too. Oh, wow, this is getting better, right?
Then you realize that wasn't the thing you really want to.
No, that wasn't it at all. I mean, she was hot. I give her that. She's very hot. The problem is she was 10 years younger than me. So when we were having a discussion one night and she said something along the lines of, "You're not my dad?" Oh, really? Really? So anyway, yeah, it's just, I was like, you're right, I'm not your dad and you're not my child, so why am I having to argue with you as if you are my child? And why are you viewing what I'm saying as being stupid as something that your dad would say? So, yeah, we were done.
Ooh.
So I would recommend going 10 years, not necessarily. Now, at the same time, though, I do know couples that like are a big span apart, and it can work. And I think that's got less to do with the actual age and more like your mental age, which it can vary around because I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm also currently married older than myself by 8 years, okay? And me and my wife, even though there's that big span there again, it's not that big a deal because mental age-wise, depending on the day, of course, too, there are days where me and her are basically like the same age. We get along really great. And then there's other days where, like, she's way older than me and I'm like her little bratty kid, you know. And then there's even these other days, and I haven't figured out these. There's these other days where she's my bratty kid. So, I don't know. It's just, you know, but...
Well, it depends on the mood.
Yeah,
really.
pretty much. But it's one of those things like, you know...
Those days...
Me and her mental age-wise are close to the same because I'm kind of an older than myself soul, and she's a little younger than herself soul. So we kind of get along pretty well that way. We're about the same age somewhere.
Yeah, but there's another problem then.
What's that?
The internal clock.
What about the internal clock?
You know, tick-tock, tick-tock.
Now, let me tell you how that internal clock works, okay? You know how, like, women get around each other and they kind of synchronize up?
Yeah.
Okay, it happens that way with age apparently, too, because I got really old when I'm at it. What's that for you? I like overnight started turning gray and getting, like...
He was gray before I met him.
I was not.
You were. I was making fun of your grays when we were dating.
That's why we started dating. I started hanging around you. So anyway, it's just kind of one of those things. Now, with that said, we'll turn it back over to Sherry for the opinion of this because Sherry, my explanation of this for her, it was married at one point in time to a man that was older than her but much younger than her mentally. Would I be wrong in saying it that way?
Sherry?
She's thinking.
I married much older. Yeah, I married, I guess, 9 years, which, once again, I don't think it was an issue. Younger to older, I don't know. I don't think it's that much of an issue.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, though, is at that point in time in your life, you were a much older person than your age-wise, while the other person was younger, mentally, age-wise. Would you agree with that or not?
I don't know.
Well, think about job situations, reactions, how they handle situations, things like that.
Personally, I would rather to get with a younger woman with
shocked.
Shut up, Chris.
No, I'm not being particular about that. You realize that majority of men go with that opinion?
Okay.
There's very, very few men that go, ooh, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, there is that guy who, like, in high school was all like, ooh, I'm hot for the teacher, you know, or so-and-so's mom's pretty hot. You know, there's that guy out there, but majority-wise, guys go for the younger women.
With a mature mind.
Yeah. Now, with that said, though, it's like a 4-year cap for most people. Most people will stick within 4 years of each other. Yeah, they don't go much beyond that. There's a few out there that do. But, yeah, there are some age problems that pop up because, you know, like, for example, you could be discussing about cartoons when you were a kid on TV, and they're looking at you like, oh, my gosh, you're that young.
Or... Oh, do you remember when Elvis? Okay. You're too old for me.
That's old.
No, but it'd be a little more like, hey, here's a good one for you, Boris. I don't know what your age exactly is, but it
is 24.
Okay, so if I were to talk about, hey, you remember when, like, Green Acres was on TV when we were growing up?
No.
You hear the silence right there? Okay, so, like, if I was dating you and I said that, what are you thinking right now? Holy man, how old is she? Oh, my gosh. You know, that's what you're kind of doing. You're going, Green Acres? Really? And you're going to, like, Google Green Acres and go, what? when did this come on TV? Oh my gosh! Somebody freaking out, right? So that type of thing.
Oh, but wait. Let's back to the topic a little bit. Maybe this person have a really problem with this topic, and we should talk. Like, if you are a girl and you're dating an old man, you should be really careful about yourself.
I think it's more like be prepared and know what you're dealing with. Okay, so like if you're a younger woman dealing with an older guy, the erectile thing may pop up, as well as other issues may pop up. That like you're going to have to be prepared to. Have you thought about the aspects of he's going to die before you? Guys generally the same age.
Well, I was just thinking something like family, my dad, my mom, what the society is going to think about me.
Here's what they think. As long as you're not, if you're within 10 years of each other, then society for the most part is not going to know. I mean, you can tell to a degree, but not overall. So it shouldn't be too big a deal. But
yeah, 10 years people aren't really going to notice that much, but when you start getting into like 15, 20 years, people will notice.
Oh, yeah.
And the sad part about it is...
That's a lot. You mean you were 20 and he wasn't even born?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty creepy.
Well, and you see a lot of older men with younger women, and, I mean, you're talking 20 years younger.
You mean...
You notice. You notice.
Successful man.
Successful?
Yeah.
What you're trying to say?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah, it's true. And the first thought that you have is, oh, yeah, she married him for his money.
Well, sometimes they do,
Sometimes they do, but people will notice that. But I think what's hilarious is the first time they go, oh, is this your dad?
Yeah.
No, this is my husband.
Yeah.
Is your grandfather?
Yeah. Yeah, he's my husband, and we're heading to the aisle where the hair dye is right now. Thanks.
Oh, my God.
Now, with a guy dating an older woman, though, it's one of those things you got to kind of realize that the majority of women out there are, generally speaking, mentally aged a little older than their age, whereas majority of men, generally speaking, are a little under their age. So if you're talking about dating a woman that's older than you, you're making that mental divide bigger in most cases. Not every case.
So you're not picking a woman. You're picking another mom.
No, not exactly. But it's one of those things that's but this is where, and in all honesty, this is where the best thing you can do if you're going to deal with a relationship with someone older than you, younger than you, even the same age as you, period, straight up. Date them for years, okay?
How many years?
Years. That doesn't, now there is a cutoff limit. Like, you can't date them for 7 years, okay? That's
whoa.
Yeah. And then while we were talking about that, you also can't do the whole like, oh, that's okay, we're just going to date for 4 years, but we're going to live together. Now, the minute y'all move in together, you're married, okay? Seriously, you're married at that point. So
even if there's any paper to prove it, but...
No, I'm just saying, because the minute you move in together, you're like splitting bills, splitting paychecks, splitting time, splitting whatever else. You're married, okay? So that you're not...
Or you date a person till you know how psycho he or she can get, as you told me the other night.
Yeah, you're supposed to know exactly how psycho they get.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if they get to the
point
where...
When you feel you're about to die or get murdered, you're in the right way.
Right, that's time to, like, okay, I need out of this relationship. But it's like, the psycho issue gets is I'm gonna sit over here and cry. Okay, well,
and say, okay, I can handle this.
Yeah.
Her top.
Yeah, but if like she picks up your TV and throws it across the room, there's a big warning sign, Rick. It's called,
wake up without an arm.
Yeah.
You know you have reached the limit.
Yeah, if you're that dude who seems to like the woman that likes to hit you, which I don't understand, but some guys do, and they're like, ooh, I like them feisty. Okay, if that's your flavor, whatever, I don't understand it at all, but, if that's you, go for it. However, the minute she picks up the knife, don't be into that, dude. Just run. Don't be into that.
except if you like that.
Yeah, if she tries to run you down with her car, that's a big
It is.
Matter of fact, if it's not even she's trying to run you down with her car, just somehow she magically wound up on the sidewalk next to you, but, I wasn't trying to get out, run, no, run. Anyway.
It's not going to end so well.
Yeah, no, it's just not going to. So anyway, best thing you could do, date a long time. Know them very intimately, and I don't mean sex-wise. I mean intimate. Matter of fact, honestly, best thing you could do is not have sex. Date them for years, not having sex, and that way it's not like that was the reason y'all were with them. And there was times where I might have built on it, but I really didn't want to have to deal with not having any that night. No, just date them without the sex. Get to know them very well that way, and then that way you know exactly what kind of psycho you're.
Yeah, because in the end, you're going to be that person for that person. What is that person?
Yeah. Plus, it gives them a good idea to know exactly how psycho you are.
Not for sex.
Yeah. See, because that's why you're with your girl, though, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Well,
time to say this is Snipe. I'll have a good night.
Okay.
All right. Hope y'all have enjoyed. We'll see y'all next week. And next time we finagle Sherry to come on the show, we'll discuss why Sherry one time told me that she would be a woman who would consider a foreign exchange husband. Y'all have a good night.